Uh, in the previous class, we studied ND devices, intermediate devices like network devices, and the basic fundamentals, everything we have seen, right? Now we'll discuss basic switch and network devices and end devices configuration. So how to configure all these devices when we are going to use in our daily networks. Okay, so this module is all about the basic switch and end devices configuration. So the main objectives are, first of all, we need to configure any network device or intermediate device. Means we are not going to configure the device, we are going to configure the operating system which is present inside the network device. That is nothing but IOS, that is inter network operating system. Okay, so the main objective of this module is like how to set a password to the network device, or how to give an IP address to the network device, or how to configure a default gateway to the network device, and different parameters on a network switch and end devices, and how to navigate in the IOS infrastructure. Okay, and how to use the command line interfaces, and how we are going to configure the devices, and how we are going to save the configurations after configuring. Okay, how to access the physical ports which are present in the switch. Okay, how to configure the addresses to ports, and how to verify the connectivity after connecting the devices to end devices or intermediate devices. Okay, how to check the connectivity, everything we are going to learn in this module. Okay, first of all, I will complete, let me complete the theory part, then I will show you the demo also for you. See, first of all, already I told you we need to configure the iOS operating system. So in the iOS, mainly we have shell, kernel, and hardware part. Shell is nothing but a user interface that allows users to request a specific task from the computer. Okay, these requests can be made either through CLI mode or GUI mode. CLI is nothing but command line interface, or GUI is nothing but graphical user interface. So shell is the main part, it is going to take the request from the computer to the user interface. Okay, kernel, it communicates between the hardware and the software of a computer and manages how hardware resources are used to meet the software requirements. That is nothing but a kernel, it is the intermediate part. And the hardware, the physical part of a computer, including the underlying electronics like any switch, port, or anything physical port or anything which is comes under hardware. So how to access the hardware and how to modify the properties of the hardware by giving the commands in the shell prompt. Okay, and the kernel is the responsible person who is communicating between the shell and the hardware. Okay, this is nothing but Cisco iOS that we need to configure. Basically everything which is in the Cisco devices we are going to use in the CLI mode only instead of GUI mode, command line interface. For that we need to learn some commands to configure the device to operate in a specific mode. Okay, first of all, we need to see what is GUI mode. A GUI allows the users to interact with the system using an environment of graphical icons like menus and windows, like our Windows operating system, how it contains the icons. Okay, it is user friendly, and like examples are Windows, Linux, KDE, Apple iOS, and Android. Everything we have seen daily lives, right? GUIs can fail, crash, or simply not operate as specified. For these reasons, network devices are typically accessed through CLI, because sometimes if you press the icon, it will not respond. Okay, sometimes these are the failures occurs in the real time. So that's what we are not going to use GUI mode in the network devices. We are going to configure the network devices with the help of CLI mode only, that is command line interface, which is very reliable mode. We can configure the end devices. Okay, purpose of an OS. A PC operating system enables a user to do the following: use a mouse to make selections, or enter the text and text based commands. We can use anything like by mouse, we can like you can access the GUI mode, or we can by accessing the command line, we are going to give the text based commands. Okay, CLI based network operating system enables a network technician to do the following, like use a keyboard or to enter the text and text based commands, and we can view the output on a monitor. Like, so these are the basic commands we are going to give, like lab ls, and we will give a command output called desktop downloads lab dot support files and second drive, like whatever which is present on the particular folder, everything it will be list out. Like, these are the basic commands we are going to use. So these are the things we are not going to apply on our switch. It's a basic example I am giving. Like, these are the set of commands we are going to apply on the switch, and we can get the possible output from the switch or router or any network device. Okay, basically we can access the switch or we can access the router with the help of some methods we are going to use. That is nothing but access methods to control the switch or to configure the switch. Okay, the basic access methods are console method, a secure shell method, a telnet method. Generally console will be used, and it is a console mode or console method of access is a physical management port used to access a device in order to provide maintenance, such as performing the initial configurations. Now only I brought the switch, and if I want to configure anything on the switch, like a password applying, or any initial configuration or initial setup, name of the switch, anything, whatever the things we are going to configure initially, that will be configured through a console method. It is a management port, it is a management connection. Only the responsible person is allowed to do all these things. Okay, that is nothing but an administrator. Secure shell method, it establishes secure remote configuration to a device through a virtual interface over a network. So basically, if you take a console connection, there is a console port, a console interface, physical interface is available on the switch. By connecting this cable, we can access the console method. Okay, through switch. Sorry, switch through this console method. Okay, we are going to use this cable. But the secure shell or telnet, we cannot use the physical port. We are going to use the virtual interface on the switch or virtual interface on the router to access the uh, switch information or router information. That is nothing but secure shell and telnet. Basically secure shell and telnet are the same, but the usage or the protocols which we are using is different. It establishes the secure remote connection, it establishes unsecured remote connection, insecure remote connection to the network device. Okay, in the user authentication and passwords and commands are sent over the what encrypted format. In the telnet, we are not going to use encrypted format, only plain text format. The information will be sent over the network. That is nothing but console, secure shell and telnet. Terminal emulation programs. Okay, now I told you we can access the switch through these methods. Okay, these are the methods which are uh, used only when we have an interface between the what switch to our computer. Computer is the end device and switch is the intermediate device. How we can access? With the help of a API, we are going to access all those things. For that, we need to use a terminal emulation program called Putty. We are going to install these Putty in our computer, and we are going to connect a serial port to, like our console port to our system, switch system to switch, and we are going to access that. I will show you in the demo, no problem, just listen. Terminal emulation programs are used to connect to a network device by either a console port or SSH or telnet connection. These are several terminal emulation programs to choose from, such as Putty, Teraterm, and Secure CRT. How the Putty is operated? Likewise, Teraterm and Secure CRT is also used to configure the intermediate devices. Okay, so this is the Teraterm window and this is the Putty configuration window. Okay, and iOS navigation. Okay, so in the iOS navigation, let us suppose we access the switch. Already we discussed the access methods like console, secure shell and telnet. In any of these methods, I successfully accessed the switch, or I successfully accessed the router. So అలాంటప్పుడు ఏంటి అంటే we are going to get this kind of black window, and if it is a router, we will get this kind of prompt. If it is a switch, we are going to get this kind of a prompt. Okay, and this prompt is nothing but a user exec mode. And router hash, it is nothing but a privileged exec mode. User exec mode is nothing but allows access to only limited number of basic commands, not all other commands. It is identified by a greater than symbol. Okay, and privileged exec mode allows access to all commands and all features. Okay, it is identified by hash symbol, router followed by hash symbol. And there is one more mode, that is global configuration mode. It is identified by config hash mode, that is simple hash mode, that is config hash mode, switch config hash mode, global configuration mode. It is used to access configuration options on the device. Okay, if I want to do basic configurations, I can do with the help of configuration mode only, not in the hash mode, simple hash mode. Okay, and there is a line configuration mode, that is config line hash, not config hash, config line hash. It is internal mode of global configuration mode or subset of global configuration mode. Line configuration mode is used to configure console, SSH, telnet or X access. Okay, interface configuration mode, it is also one mode of global configuration mode. It is used to configure switch port or router interface. So you all see basic routers and switches in the houses, like when we are going to get the internet from the modem, there are some ports are present in the switch. Those ports are nothing but physical ports, they are nothing but interfaces. To configure that interfaces, we are going to use interface configuration mode, not that interfaces, Cisco device interfaces. Okay, interface configuration mode. So when we are accessing that interface and when we are modifying the properties of interface, means that is a manageable interface. And in our day to day lives, we are seeing in our houses, they are unmanageable switches, we are not going to manage anything, that is unmanageable. And these are the switches, they are manageable. We can change the bandwidth, we can change the security patterns, we can change the passwords, everything we can change. So that's why it is manageable, and we can change with the help of interface configuration mode. Okay. Till now we covered user exec, privileged exec mode and global configuration mode. Okay, how to enter into privileged exec mode? Okay, basically whenever we access switch through console or a secure shell or any telnet method, compulsory we need to enter into greater than mode, that is nothing but user mode. How to enter into hash mode from the greater than mode or user mode? By giving a command called enable. Okay, how to enter into configuration mode? After entering into the switch hash, we need to give a command called configure terminal. Then we can enter into configuration mode. Line configuration mode, how to enter into line configuration mode is nothing but line console 0 is the command. Then we can enter into line console mode. Okay, how to exit from the present mode, that the command is exit. Then we can one step forward, one step backward we need to go. We need to go means we need to give the command called exit. Okay, sub configuration modes. Okay, sub configuration modes are nothing but to move out of any sub configuration mode to get back to the global configuration mode, you need exit command, already I told you. And the shortcut key is control Z. And we can give end command also. Okay, if you give end command, wherever you set, compulsory we need to go to hash mode. See, if I am in config line, if I give exit, I will go to configuration mode only, not to hash mode. But if I give end, I will go to directly to uh, what enable mode or privileged mode. Okay, to move directly from one sub configuration to another, we are going to use exit, or one sub configuration to by defaultly enable mode, means we need to give end command. Okay, this presentation covers enable, disable command, configure terminal, exit, end and control Z. Okay, the command structure. Okay, whenever we give commands, the command structure will be like this. Basic iOS command structure. See ఇక్కడ చూడండి, స్విచ్ అని ఇచ్చేసాము, గ్రేటర్ దెన్ సింబల్ ఉంది. అండ్ ఇఫ్ ఐ వాంట్ టు గివ్ ఎనీ కమాండ్ ఆఫ్టర్ దట్ ప్రాంప్ట్, ఇట్ విల్ బి లైక్ దిస్: షో ఐపీ ప్రోటోకాల్స్. like if you take any kind of command, it contains a prompt, it contains a command, it contains a space, it contains a keyword. Like this is nothing but the prompt. Switch greater than symbol, it is nothing but a user prompt. Switch hash, it is nothing but a enable prompt. Switch config hash, it is a global configuration prompt. And show is the command, so that is nothing but a command structure. Okay, and there is a, after the command we have given one space, that is nothing but space. So for every command we need to give a space. And IP space protocols, this is nothing but a keyword. Okay, after command we need to give the keyword or argument. And there is one more command here, switch ping 192.168.10.5. Switch is, switch greater than symbol is nothing but a prompt. Ping is nothing but a command. After that we need to give a space, after that we need to give a keyword. Like that there are 4 phases in our every basic command structure of iOS, like prompt, command, space and keyword. Keyword is nothing but a specific parameter defined in the operating system. Okay, argument, this is not predefined, it is a value or variable defined by the user. We can give any keyword or we can give any argument. Argument is a numeric value or variable value. Keyword is a not a predefined value, it is a specific parameter defined in the operating system. So iOS command syntax check. Okay, the command is ping and the user defined argument is the IP address of the destination device. For example, ping 10.10.10.5. See, there are 5 computers are there. The first computer IP address is 10.10.1, 10.10.2 second computer, like 10.10.5 fifth computer. So if I want to check the connectivity to fifth computer by sitting in the first computer, I need to give a command called ping that IP address name. Okay, I need to check the physical connectivity, is there is connection is correct or not. Trace route IP address, it will check the step by step connection, how I am connecting to the end device by sitting here. The step by step connection ఎలా ఫామ్ అవుతుందని చూసుకోవడానికి we are going to give trace route command. Okay, and if I want to provide any security, for that I need to use switch port security command. Okay, like that there are various commands are there that we will see in the further classes. Just how we are going to give the commands, how we are going to check the syntax, that only we are checking now. Okay, see, boldface text indicates that commands and keywords that you enter literally as shown. Italic text indicates arguments for which you supply values. And square bracket x label indicates optional element which we can enter or not enter, it is no bother. If it is braces indicates a required element, compulsory we need to enter that argument. Like ping IP address, if you forgot to enter IP address, it will show a error. That is nothing but that argument is represented by this one. Okay, see, ping followed by question mark, if I doesn't enter that, it will show an error. That is a compulsory element. Okay, for ping we can enter these 3 kinds of commands: word, IP and IPv6. Okay, iOS help features, like iOS is a user friendly operating system. Like we can iOS has 2 forms of help available: context sensitive help and command syntax check. Okay, context sensitive help enables you to quickly find answers to these questions: which commands are available in each command mode. Like I entered into global configuration mode, then how can I see what are the commands I can apply in the global configuration mode? By pressing shift and question mark, you can easily get what are the commands I can apply in this mode. Okay, and command syntax check verifies that it is a valid command entered by the user or not. Okay, and if you enter any wrong command, it will enter into undetermined state. So for that you need to press shift control shift 6, then you will be get back from the undetermined state to any other privileged mode, like hash mode or global configuration mode or anything. I will show you in the demo everything, don't bother. ambiguous command I entered. It will enter into some X mode. Now we need to come back from that mode, means we need to enter Control Shift 6. Control Shift 6. Okay. Then we will come back to again hash mode. Means if I enter anything wrong in the hash mode, I need to get back to the hash mode by giving Control hash 6. Or if I sitting in the global configuration mode, I entered wrong, means I will enter into ambiguous mode. Again I need to give Control Shift 6 command to get back to the original mode, like global configuration mode. Tab completes a partial command name entry, like config I need to enter. Con plus tab, it will complete config. Backspace erases the characters to the left half of the cursor. Left arrow or Control B moves the cursor one character to the left. Control F moves the cursor to the one character right. Control P recalls the commands on the history buffer beginning with most recent commands. If I entered IP address and 192 something, and next time also I need to enter IP address, no need to enter that IP address again. If you press Control P, it will recall the history of buffer beginning with the most recent commands what you entered. Okay. Enter key displays the next line. Space bar displays the next screen. Any other key ends the EXEC mode, privileged EXEC mode, returns to privileged EXEC mode. Control C, when any configuration mode ends, the configuration mode returns to privileged EXEC mode. Control Z, when any configuration modes, it will returns to privileged EXEC mode. Control Shift 6, all purpose break sequence used to abort DNS lookups, trace routes and pings. ఓకే, దాని నుంచి బయటకు రావాలి అంటే మీరు పింగ్ చేశారు, కనెక్టివిటీ రావట్లేదు, అది అక్కడే తిరుగుతూ ఉంటుంది, రైట్. దాని నుంచి బయటకు రావాలి అంటే వీ నీడ్ టు ఎంటర్ Control Shift 6 and your DNS lookup, it is not success, we need to come back, means Control Shift 6. We are doing trace route and it is not success, and some other trace route చేస్తున్నాము, ఎక్కడ నుంచి ఎక్కడ కనెక్టివిటీ వస్తుందని, ఎక్కడో బ్రేక్ అయింది అండ్ ముందటికి వెళ్ళట్లేదు, అక్కడే స్ట్రక్ అయిపోయింది. ఇట్ ఈస్ లుకింగ్ ఫర్ ద పాత్ ముందటికి వెళ్ళడానికి, అండ్ మనకు రావట్లేదు కాబట్టి వీ నీడ్ టు గెట్ బ్యాక్. ఫర్ దట్ వీ నీడ్ టు ప్రెస్ Control Shift 6. దట్ ఈస్ అ సింపుల్ సొల్యూషన్ టు గెట్ బ్యాక్ ఫ్రమ్ ద ambiguous thing. So these are all the commands we learned now. Control C, Control Z, Control Shift 6, Control R, and command shortening. Command shortening is nothing but no need to enter the total command, like enable I need to enter en tab. Enable will be completed automatically. Basic device configuration. Okay, the first configuration command on any device should be give it a unique host name. Whenever we are going to configure any switch or any router, first of all you need to change the switch name to your own like desired name. Like initially the name is switch, now I changed that name to SW Floor 1. How can I change? Means first of all you need to enter into configure terminal, then I will enter into global configuration mode. Here I can do anything, already I told you global configuration mode, here we can do the configurations. So configuration mode loki vachesanu, then I applied host name and I have given a host name like this, SW Floor 1. There should not be a space between host and name. Host name should be a single command. It is the command, it is the argument I given. Host name switch floor 1. See here, recall that command structure. Switch config hash is a command, it is a prompt. Host name is command and it is a space, it is an argument, like 4 wordings. Okay, now it is switch will be renamed to switch floor 1. In this way we can change the switch name, and if I want to come back or get back from the switch floor 1 to again switch, no host name you apply, and again it will be default name like switch, it will be changed to default name. Okay, password guidelines. Whenever you apply any password to any mode, there should be some guidelines we need to follow. The use of weak or easily guessed passwords are security concern. Okay, all networking devices should limit administrative access by securing privileged EXEC mode and user EXEC and remote access telnet access methods, because we can access the switch through 3 methods. You remember that one is access method, like about console, secure shell, I'll telnet. So 3 modes ki manam password apply chesukochu. ఓకే, అండ్ మోడ్స్కి అప్లై చేసిన తర్వాత కూడా ఏం చేస్తున్నాము, ఏదో ఒక మోడ్తో మనం లోపలికి వెళ్తున్నాము, అలా వెళ్ళడానికి ప్రతి మోడ్కి మనం పాస్వర్డ్ పెడుతున్నాము. సో ఆఫ్టర్ పుట్టింగ్ పాస్వర్డ్ టు ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ మోడ్, దెన్ వి సక్సెస్ఫుల్లీ ఎంటర్డ్ ఇన్ టు ద any other mode like secure shell or telnet or any other mode, console mode and any mode. After entering to that mode, what we have to do, we need to change the switch name or we need to change the bandwidth. ఏ చేయాలన్నా మనం గ్లోబల్ కాన్ఫిగరేషన్ మోడ్లోకి వెళ్ళాలి. గ్లోబల్ కాన్ఫిగరేషన్ మోడ్లోకి వెళ్ళాలి అంటే we need to apply the enable command first. Enable command apply చేస్తేనే we need to go to hash mode. There you need to give global configuration command like configure terminal. So put a password to privileged exec mode like hash mode. That is the basic gateway to the command structure. Okay, like that we have different types of passwords like privileged exec, user exec, remote, telnet, access with passwords. Okay, password guidelines. Passwords that are not more than 8 characters in length, are more than, sorry, not more than kaadu, are more than 8 characters in length, and it's a combination of upper lowercase letters, numbers, special characters, numeric sequences. That should be okay. Avoid using the same password for all the devices. Do not use common words because they are easily guessed. Okay, your name is admin, don't use admin as the password. You are using Cisco switch, don't use Cisco as the password. Do some complex things. Okay, use some special characters, numbers, uppercase and lowercase letters, and be remember that password. Securing your user exec mode. How to secure? Because I want to access the switch through console, or I want to access the switch through that mode or this mode. How to secure? First enter the line console 0 configuration mode command, then apply the password command like configuration terminal. First ఏది చేయాలంటే ఫస్ట్ గ్లోబల్ కాన్ఫిగరేషన్ మోడ్లోకి వెళ్ళాలి కదండి. సో configuration terminal, you will be config hash. Now apply a command called line console 0, then apply the password Cisco. I'm not telling apply Cisco password. You can apply your password, but use the guidelines to give the password. I am using a simple password now for teaching. Okay, password Cisco. Then you apply a command called login. This login command will be enforced whenever you enter into the switch. Like password Cisco అని పెట్టేశారు, మరి అది పాస్వర్డ్ అడగాలి, దాన్ని ఎన్ఫోర్స్ చేయాలి అంటే యూ నీడ్ టు గివ్ ద కమాండ్ కాల్డ్ లాగిన్. దెన్ ఓన్లీ పాస్వర్డ్ విల్ బి ఎన్ఫోర్స్డ్ వెన్ యూ ఎంటర్ ఇన్ టు ద స్విచ్. ఇఫ్ యూ ఫర్గాట్ టు గివ్ లాగిన్ కమాండ్, ఈవెన్ దో యూ కాన్ఫిగర్డ్ పాస్వర్డ్, ఇట్ విల్ నాట్ ఆస్క్ లాగిన్, ఇట్ విల్ నాట్ ఆస్క్ పాస్వర్డ్. So compulsory you need to give login. Okay, and the password will be Cisco. Okay, and if I want to put the password for enable mode like hash mode, the command structure will be enable secret class or enable password class, like that. This is the command to apply the password to privileged mode. Okay, and you can exit from that mode. How to secure your VTY lines like secure shell or telnet. How to secure? For that we need to give line VTY connection mode. Line VTY command you need to give line VTY 0 to 15, means 15 users at a time they can access the switch using this credentials, password credentials. Okay, line VTY 0 to 15, password Cisco, password Cisco, and login, and we can end that. Okay, line console 0, password Cisco, and login. So how to secure a privileged exec mode of access? Okay, already I told you enable secret you need to apply. In any mode you can apply this command, either console mode or you are using secure shell or telnet. Compulsory you need to apply enable secret command, compulsory. In my video I already everything I configured, that also I will show it to you. See, and how to encrypt the passwords. If I already created some passwords, and every password I can see in my running configuration, because for every operating system there should be a running configuration will be stored inside the RAM. Okay, and if I want to see my running configuration, I can see my passwords, or I or any other person. If I give the access, he also can see the password. So if I want to have no one can see the password, means I need to encrypt my password after configuring. So for that you need to apply a command called service password encryption. That should be applied in the global configuration mode itself. See, I applied some password Naveen. and you need to give service password encryption. Then the password will be encrypted to MD7 algorithmic format. Okay, the password will be encrypted in the form of MD7. MD7 is algorithm, security algorithm or encrypting algorithm. In that format the password will be changed. Okay, and in the last slide we have seen enable secret. Secret is nothing but automatically password will be encrypted. If I configure password, automatically Cisco will be taken as it is and it will be plain text format. If I want to encrypt this, I need to apply service password encryption. But instead of password, if I given secret and the class or Cisco, if I anything ఏదో పాస్వర్డ్ సెట్ చేస్తాను, అప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది, సీక్రెట్ యూస్ చేశానంటే ఆటోమేటికలీ పాస్వర్డ్ విల్ బి ఎన్క్రిప్టెడ్. నో నీడ్ టు గివ్ సర్వీస్ పాస్వర్డ్ ఎన్క్రిప్షన్. సీక్రెట్ అనేది ఇవ్వగానే ఏమవుతుంది, పాస్వర్డ్ అనేది ఎన్క్రిప్ట్ అయిపోతుంది. సో దట్ దిస్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ సీక్రెట్ ఎన్క్రిప్షన్ ఏదైతే చేస్తున్నామో దట్ ఎన్క్రిప్షన్ మెథడాలజీకి మనం వాడుతున్న అల్గారిథం ఏంటి అంటే MD5. ఓకే, సర్వీస్ పాస్వర్డ్ ఎన్క్రిప్షన్లో ఇట్ ఈస్ యూజింగ్ MD7 అండ్ సీక్రెట్లో ఇట్ ఈస్ యూజింగ్ MD5. It is very secured algorithm, that is MD5. Okay, and generally console will be accessed by only single administrator. That's what we given line console 0. Line console 0. Okay, for VTY like secured connection, secure shell or telnet, we are going to use 15 connections, like 16 users they can access at a time. Okay, 16 VTY lines are that are numbered from 0 to 5. And if I want to already service password encryption is completed, and if I want to see my running configuration, the command is show running config. If I configured something, password I configured, switch name I configured, switch name I changed it to some other name, and I applied some password, I applied some IP address to some interface. So everything I want to see again, so whatever I have done. So for that I need to go to privileged mode, like hash mode, like here it is showing hash mode. Go to hash mode and apply here it is hash mode, apply show running config. It will display whatever you configured, everything it will be displayed. But already before that you applied this command, every password is encrypted. Okay, if you do not apply service password encryption, it will show plain text passwords. Banner messages. Whenever any person comes to access your switch, now you need to display some message like authorized access only, like any kind of message if you want to display. For that you need to use banner messages. How to apply the banner messages means, go to configuration mode and type banner message of the day, MOTD, that is message of the day, banner MOTD, and give some hash symbol and authorized access only, close hash or restricted entry, anything whatever you want. Take the backup daily, like any kind of message you want to give, you need to give here. Okay, banner messages. Save configuration. See, everything we have done, passwords we configured, security we configured, everything we configured, encrypted, IP address is configured. Now how to save all these configurations into your memory, iOS memory. There is a memory inside the switch. Okay, so for that we need to have some systems. There are two system files that are stored device configuration. One is startup configuration, another one is running configuration. Startup configuration is nothing but it will be stored inside the non-volatile RAM. It is not erasable. Okay, running configuration will be stored inside the RAM. So whatever we are doing initially, they are going to store in the RAM, and whenever power loss occurs, everything which are stored in the RAM will be erased. So before going to power off your switch, or before going from your workplace, compulsory you need to save all these configurations from RAM to NVRAM. That is nothing but running configuration to startup configuration. So the command is copy running config to startup config. Okay, I will show you. See here, or you can apply WR command, that is write command. It will store your running configuration to startup configuration. Everything I showed in my video also, practical video, live demo is there, that I will show you. And NVRAM contains startup configuration, RAM contains running configuration, Flash contains your operating system, iOS. Remember, everyone, remember it is important question in the examination point of view. How to capture configuration to a text file? I am using Putty software to access the switch either through console or through Cellnet or anything. సో నేను పుట్టి నుంచి ఏం చేయాలి, నేను చేసిన కాన్ఫిగరేషన్ అంతా ఒక టెక్స్ట్ ఫైల్లోకి తీసుకోవాలి. ఇప్పుడు దాకా ఏంటి, రన్నింగ్ కాన్ఫిగర్ డిస్ప్లే చేశారు, ఆ డిస్ప్లే చేసింది కాకుండా ఒక టెక్స్ట్ ఫైల్లోకి నేను మొత్తం ఇంపోర్ట్ చేసుకోవాలి. సో ఫర్ దట్ వీ నీడ్ టు ఫాలో 2 steps. One is open the Putty software, go to open terminal emulation software such as Putty or Teratom already connected to a switch, and step 2, enable logging into the terminal. There is a logging into the terminal, so enable logging into the terminal software and assign a name and file location to save the log file. This figure displays all session output, like all session output. If you click all session output, everything will be stored to your log file. Like here you need to browse, browse feature is there, you need to select the browse where you need to store all the information, like whatever you configured, everything will be stored into the text format. Then you can easily document it afterwards. Step 3, after that execute the show running configuration or show startup configuration command at the privileged exec prompt. Text displayed in the terminal will be placed in the chosen file. Whatever you want to display, like show running configure మీరు పెట్టేశారు, సో మొత్తం రన్నింగ్ కాన్ఫిగరేషన్ అక్కడ మిక్స్ మానిటర్ మీద డిస్ప్లే అవుతుంది. వాట్ ఎవర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ డిస్ప్లేయింగ్ హియర్, ఎవ్రీథింగ్ విల్ బి కాపీడ్ టు యువర్ ఫైల్. ఓకే, disable logging into the terminal software. The figure shows to disable the logging, choose none of the session logging option. So if you put none, no file will be saved to text. సో ఇప్పటివరకు ఏంటి అంటే డివైస్ ఇనిషియల్ కాన్ఫిగరేషన్ చూసాము, బేసిక్ స్విచ్ కాన్ఫిగరేషన్స్, బ్యానర్ పెట్టడం ఎలా చూసాము, ఎన్విరామ్, ర్యామ్ చూసాము, అండ్ హౌ టు కాన్ఫిగర్ ఏ సెకండ్ స్విచ్, ports and addresses. Now we need to give the addresses on the end device. So we have end device like computers or laptops. In the laptops we need to assign the IP addresses, like go to like network devices, and there is some port will be but console will be available. There you need to give the IP address like 192.168.1.0 or subnet mask or default gateway, everything you need to configure. So the use of IP address is the primary means of enabling the device to locate and one another, establish the end-to-end communication on the internet. Compulsory IP address should be mandatory. It is a dotted decimal format lo untundi. It is a 32-bit address ranging from 0 to 255 numbers untayi prati octet lo, because 8-bit address 2 power 8 256, so 0 to 255 numbers we are going to use. So basically IPv4 is a 32-bit value. It is 8-bit value, 8-bit value, 8-bit value, 8-bit value. 4 octets ఉన్నాయి. 4 octets are nothing but 4 into 8, 32-bit value. Okay. Default gateway is also an IP address which is assigned to the router, because you are the end device, like computer. This computer is connected to some network device, and that network device connected to internet device. So whatever the device which is connected to end router, the address which is given to router, that is nothing but your default gateway. Default gateway compulsory, it belongs to your network address. Okay, IPv6 address also you can assign, that we will see in the IPv4 and IPv6. Okay, don't worry about that. It is IPv6 is 128-bit address, IPv4 is 32 bits. And already I told you in a physical port, this is nothing but a switch. Here are the physical ports are available. దీస్ ఆర్ ద థింగ్స్ వీ కాన్ఫిగర్డ్ నౌ. ఇప్పటివరకు మనం కాన్ఫిగర్ చేసింది ఇవన్నీ. ఈ టోటల్ స్విచ్కి నేమ్ చేంజ్ చేసాము, ప్రతి ఒక్క పోర్ట్కి మనం బ్యాండ్ విడ్త్ అవన్నీ సెట్ చేసుకోవచ్చు, ప్రతిదానికి ఐపీ అడ్రస్ కానీ, రౌటర్ అయితే ఐపీ అడ్రస్ సెట్ చేసుకోవచ్చు, ఎవ్రీథింగ్ వీ కెన్ కాన్ఫిగర్, రైట్? ఓకే, అండ్ వీ కెన్ యాక్సెస్ ఆల్ దోస్ థింగ్స్ విత్ ద హెల్ప్ ఆఫ్ ఫైబర్ ఆప్టిక్ కేబుల్స్ ఆర్ కాపర్ కేబుల్స్ ఆర్ కోయాక్సియల్ కేబుల్స్ ఆర్ త్రూ వైర్లెస్ వే ఆల్సో వీ కెన్ యాక్సెస్. కాన్ఫిగర్ ఐపీ అడ్రసింగ్. ఓకే, like go to control panel, go to network sharing center, change adapter settings and properties, and go to local area network connections. We can change the IP address in the internet protocol version TCP IP4 or TCP IPv6 lo we can change the IP address. Okay, if you select automatic IP address through DHCP, automatically it will be configured. Everything we have DHCP ela configure chestaro, IP address ela configure chestaro, manaku practicals unnai, we will see over there. Just I am showing the picture. Okay, and how to configure an IP address on the switch or SVI. How to configure an SVI, switch virtual interface? For that we need to use same global configuration mode, interface VLAN, IP address we need to give, and no shutdown command. Okay, no shutdown is nothing but that interface will be up. Shutdown means the interface will be off. Verify the connectivity. So how to verify the connectivity means using ping command or using traceroute command we are going to test the connectivity. Already I discussed in the first half lo మనం discuss చేసాం. Okay,